Hello, Nakama, and welcome back to the Church of One Piece. I am your pastor, the One Piece Apologist, and today we will be studying Chapter 44, Three Tough Cooks. We are on another break from the cover series, but the big adventures of Little Buggy will return, have no fear. And I love how Luffy's like, I see you're 1 year, and I raise you 1 week. Not 1 year and 1 week, just 1 week instead of 1 year. I want to just work a week instead of a year. Cool? And Zeff's just like, that's an insult, boy. You know, how dare you even float that? You owe me way more money than that. You know? And I love that Zeff uses his super long, tall chef's hat, which is already just a wonderful Sanji kiss element to his character. Super tall, long chef's hat that he uses, and he bonks Luffy in the head with it because Luffy's being impertinent. I also thought it was kind of fun that Zeff then refers to Luffy for being an idiot as Eggplant Head, and throughout the live action, Zeff's term for Sanji was a little eggplant. And so I just kind of think that that's fun that they did take from like the character's vocabulary, right, like in the manga, in order to create like how they would speak in the live action. Zeff then pulls out a saw and is like, you know, it's either the whole year or a leg. Which I love this idea that he would take Luffy's leg, because it's not like he could like take the leg and like put it on instead of his peg leg and like, you know, somehow now have a leg because Luffy gave him a leg. No, it's like just kind of like this sadistic thing, like I don't have a leg, so you won't either, you know. And so for some reason that would repay the debt. Yeah, Luffy does not seem too willing to lose a leg though. He says, what do you think I am, Buggy the Clown? I can't just pop a leg off and give it to you and then still put it back on and have it, you know. The eternal separation of it is the deal breaker for me, man. Patty is a great character, a favorite character of mine from this arc. And I'm so glad we're finally meeting him, and I'm so glad that they included him in the live action. It was so fun to see him just perfectly represented. Very interesting that Full Body then is like, you know, he's very upset about getting beat up and all this stuff, and he threatens to have the place shut down, and that's when Sanji really goes nuts on him. Like, something about like the threat of closing down this restaurant just set Sanji off, I feel like. But then Zeff and Luffy come crashing down because Zeff keeps beating on Luffy for, you know, proposing ridiculous substitution plans. And so then Zeff, like, knee drops him or whatever into the ground, and it actually breaks through the ground. So Zeff and Luffy drop down into the middle of the restaurant in front of everyone, which Zeff then blames that damage on Luffy as well. So then, very funny because Sanji seems to be, you know, very passionate about protecting Zeff's restaurant, and then Zeff comes there and he's just like, what are you doing to the customers, beating them up like this, and blah blah, and you know, Sanji's response is just, zip it, crap geezer. You know, had enough of your shit, I don't need it right now. And it was like, and he just showed up, you know, but clearly some history between these two characters. But of course, you know, Zeff is showing up and being like, Sanji, don't beat up the customers. And then, like, Full Body starts mouthing off again, and Zeff hits him himself, you know. So clearly been leading by example, and Sanji has picked up on the proper message, no matter what you say. And the Navy, Full Body's men, actually had a Krieg pirate in custody. And even though he was being guarded by like 7 men and he was apparently starving to death, he has now escaped, and he like beat up all 7 of these guys, ends up like shooting one of them in the back, who's, you know, run and tried to tell everyone, oh, the pirate escaped. And though, you know, Geen shows up, he's just shot this guy in the back. He's like, I'm a big, rough and tough pirate. I'm gonna sit down at this table. Someone bring me some food, you know, and he's trying to like play it off as like, I'm so tough and all this. You know, he is starving to death, but he doesn't want them to know that. He wants them to think he's in control of this situation. So he comes in and he's like, bring me some food, you know. And Patty just walks up to him and he's like, where's the money? Can you pay for that food? And Gin, again, thinks he's going to be all tough. He points his gun right at Patty's head, and he's just like, do you take lead? And then Patty's just like, no, cash or credit only, I mean, I don't think that's what he says, but, he grabs him and just boom, and just throws his ass down. Poor Gin, he's already starving to death, but, he was no match for Patty. Patty is one of the rough and tumble cooks of the seagoing restaurant, the Baratie. Obviously, our title referring to Zeff, Sanji, and Patty, the three tough cooks. I love how Oda Sensei does that, both in the last chapter with Full Body being stronger than Yosaku and Johnny, and then Sanji being stronger than Full Body. And in this chapter where Gin is stronger than 7 Navy men while starving to death, and then Patty is stronger than Gin, right? And it's just a very effective method of letting the audience know where everybody stands in the story. Yeah, Patty just tosses Gin out like trash. Because he didn't have any money, so right? If you don't got the cash, then you're out with the trash. Comment below if you've been watching since 4Kids. Anyway, Sanji though, he takes pity on him and he sees a hungry man. It doesn't matter whether he has money or not. He takes him some food, and it's just really beautiful. It's really cool to see. Sanji has a kind, good soul, clearly, and I just can't wait for us to get to know him more. And Luffy sees that act of Sanji taking food to this starving pirate who was trying to, come in and like rob the place basically, but even after being put down, Sanji's just like, no, it's cool. Like, I'll get you some food. I know you're hungry. And Luffy sees that act and it's just like, this guy's my cook. You're joining my crew, bud. And just like calls Sanji out. He's like, you got to join my crew. That's it. That's what's got to happen. So that will do it for this chapter. Tune in next time to find out how Gin will express his gratitude and whether or not Sanji will join Luffy's crew. Until then, that'll be the review for chapter 44, 3 Tough Cooks. And as always, One Piece be with you.